I'm back inside the speaker again, Mac. The last 4 games, we've been talking about how you've been competing really hard, you've been giving yourselves a chance. Unfortunately, this felt like a game you were never really in from the start.
Yeah, we wasn't, struggled a bit. Talking about some of the things we wanted to take away, and like the 3-ball was one of them. And I think they had 9 in the first half, had 5 in the first quarter, 9 in the first half. Yeah, for us, man, it's just an uphill battle to score. Like, we're struggling to score baskets. And, the thing was offensively is trying to, move them, get them from one side to the next, and get 2 feet in the paint, kick out. And we can do all that, but you still got to hit shots.
It is an ongoing theme, isn't it, just struggling to score? Is it? Do you need the guys to just go out there and play with a bit more freedom and just back themselves a bit more and maybe not be so hesitant offensively? Is that a little bit of a factor?
Yeah, but they got the freedom. Like, I don't, I draw up things for guys, and I don't know if it's that. Like, I give all these guys the freedom to shoot the ball and play your game, and maybe some of the stuff of what we're running and things like that. But a lot of it is, just be aggressive. You're coming out of the corners and you're dancing just to throw the ball back to the top. And then, shot clock's running down and we got to throw up, bad shots. So, again, the freedom is there. I just got to find a way to, again, I guess get it more out of them, and again, try to put the ball in the hole. Like, we struggle because we can't put scoreboard pressure on anyone right now. I got my imports, trying to get them, get them shots, and it's a tough one, man. Like, it's a tough one. But honestly, the freedom is there. I give them the freedom to play. Like, I'm not one of those. I'm not gonna take you out because you take a shot. Like, just play basketball.
We've been talking about what a great positive Jacob has been ever since he came into the team, and again tonight. I mean, he only plays 18.5 minutes, but he makes his first 9 shots of the game, has 23 points, and he just brings such energy. He as a coach right now, he must bring a smile to your face. Yeah,
like he is, and that's it. Like, we knew when we signed him, once we get him on board, he was going to be that guy. Like, he's an energy guy, and right now, like, he started the season getting in foul trouble. And I just had a chat. I said, dude, right now you got to stay in games, man. You can't – I love your aggressiveness, but you can't foul. Understand how the refs are calling games. And, to come out, like, to have the game – I know we lost, and we lost pretty bad, but, this is easily his best game. And, to knock down 4 threes and something like he can do at the backup 5 is probably something you would love to have in this league. And get energy around the rim. Like, he's a great rebounder. But he only played 18 minutes. The plan, I guess, was to try to play as many guys as I possibly can. I didn't really. I would have played him more because he actually came to me when I took him out in the fourth quarter and said, "Mac, I can win us this quarter, man. Just keep me in." And I'm sitting up here going, "I'm not keeping you in, dude. We got 2 more games coming up. Like, we play Monday and Wednesday, and I need you."
You did speak on Thursday about how you were going to give, more guys on the bench a chance, and I think, without checking, but off the top of my head, that's the most minutes that Jensen, Jack, and Cal have played all season. So it's important to give those guys a chance over these last 6 games too.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to do that. But again, also you got to give me something. You know what I mean? Like, I burnt out some of our main guys down, and it's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. But when you come in, man, you gotta give us something. Like, we gotta hit shots. Be an energy guy. Like, go to the boards. Like, do all the little things when you come in the game. Like, I'm not expecting you to come in and get up 5, 6, 7, 8 shots. Do all the little stuff. All boards. Understand what we're doing scout wise. And things like that. But I got to continue to do it. Like I said, we down on bodies, and I've been burning this guy down to my right. Him playing 30-something minutes. It's probably, again, he can do it, but I don't want him to do it. Like, I want him to be fresh especially fourth quarters come, especially if we're in some close ones. I'm gonna need him down the stretch. So I can't burn him down in the first half.
I'll come to you, Norton. We've spoken a few times now about Jacob. I mean, as a captain of this team and somebody that, is hoping to build something at this club. I mean, it's pretty exciting knowing that he's locked in for the future.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to see him be rewarded with a game like this where he, can shoot the 3-ball well. He's an energy giver. I said that in our huddle after the game. Great job to him. Great job to the guys that kind of hadn't really got an opportunity. They came in and played with energy and effort and moved the ball and, Jack doesn't hit a three, which is, something that's quite unusual for him. We want him to keep shooting the ball. He gets 4 rebounds. So these guys are coming in, they're impacting the game in a way which is a positive for us. And I know the guys that are playing a lot have all the confidence in the world in those guys, and we're like their biggest cheerleaders when they're out there. So it's cool to see those guys get an opportunity, and for Holty to play well. I think some of his family is here, so we might have to do something to get him to every game. But really glad that he got that opportunity in front of his family.
Well, they did a good job to get to Bendigo, so full credit to them. All of a sudden, you've only got 6 games to go, Nordo. What are you hoping to see over these last 6 games? What do you hope to get out of it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like motivation. Like, what's your motivation? I think we've kind of touched on this a couple of times. Why you play the game, but for me, it's like what do you want to improve on in these next 6 games? We've spoken about areas we need to improve, and it's been again and again and again and again they reoccur. So for me, it's trying to eliminate at least 1 or 2 of those every time we step on the floor, and that's purely during game times because we don't have bodies to train. So for me, communication is a big one. Defensively, that takes no skill whatsoever. It's just talking. So communicating on the defensive end is one area that I'd love to see us improve.
Thanks, guys. Your turn, Jasper.
Thanks, Chris. Hey, D-Mac, how's Alex Dukas? We sure he didn't come back there after going off in the second quarter. Is he all right?
Just a hip, and not severe. So that's the reason why he didn't come back. Like, it wasn't a severe injury. But did a little something to his hip. So it didn't come back. And like I said, we got a couple of games coming up and just want to have him, see if we can get him back for those.
So you hopefully might play next up against the Hawks?
I hope so. I'm praying for it.
Must be pretty frustrating, I guess, even little injuries like that, given the season you've had in terms of,
just, in the floor, like, it's hot. The air conditioned, we need, I guess, I don't want to call them out, but air-conditioned stadiums, man, like, guys slipping and things like that, and that's how it happens. Like, he slips and does his hip, and that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we do about it, but like I said, hopefully we have him back for for Monday.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, D-Mac, just with Holty's game, he kept sort of pointing towards the bench every time he landed the threes. He sort of sending a statement saying that, give me the ball, I can shoot.
I didn't hear the first part. Say that again.
Just with Holty, he kept sort of pointing towards the bench after nailing the threes. What did you make of that?
He was happy. It's not. I don't think he's pointing at me. He's just pointing at the bench because he's happy that he's hitting a couple of threes. Like, he's had some early out. I can't remember when he played and he hit 3. It might have been against Adelaide early on, and he hit a few. And I think that's what he's trying to tell us. It's just a sign. Like, listen, like, let me shoot more threes. It's something he works on. So by all means, let it fly if you're open.
And just the injuries. Dukas today as well, another one, but like throughout the season and when you took charge, sort of the perhaps the lack of ability to bring players in, has that been frustrating? I know now the season's sort of gone without the finals in contention, but when you were a chance of making the top 6, was it frustrating that you weren't able to bring in players?
Yeah, no, the tough one was the Hunter one, the Maldonado one, because when I went to our CEO and said, listen, let's get this one done. And he jumped on it straight away and got it done. The only problem is all the immigration stuff. So he couldn't get over. So we had him in the building, but he missed 3 games. So it was at that time I'm thinking, like, we can get him in. Like, we still got an opportunity, we got a chance. And then after that, it was, he missed those 3 games. And then, again, guys going down here and there. And, it was hard. Like, it's hard to bring players in, and we kind of got to play with what we have, and this is what we got to finish with. So because we can't bring in other guys.
And just now, I think you got Illawarra next. What's sort of the goals, and what's sort of the focus now? I guess heading into these last few games.
And then I think Nordo hit on it. Is again defending. How do we get better? And I said this in the locker room today. Let's continue to build on what we're trying to get done. But we got to do it in games because we don't get opportunity to train. And we know right now they fighting to get into 6. So they're gonna come in battling. The scary part is they start 7'3" and 6'11", and then my biggest guy is 6'10". So it's gonna be a tough one. But like I said, we're gonna be at home. We get our fans to come to the game. Just gotta do everything we can to try to let's keep it close and try to give ourselves a chance at the end.
Hey Mitch, how do you lead a team during a game like that and then after a game like that? Like, what are you saying to your group as captain to try and pick them up after a performance?
Yeah, I think it's just focusing on the little moments. So after a timeout, can we get 3 stops in a row? I think those are the areas that in a blowout game like that, it's easy to kind of get swept up in and just fold the towel and throw the towel in and it's all done. And that's why I really enjoyed those young guys going out there. TD had an unbelievable dive on the floor to get the ball back. Tane dove on the floor to get the ball back. His fumble, ball goes the other way, and Doyle missed the dunk. But like those types of things, I think is kind of really cool to see because they don't necessarily get the moments on the big stage, but they train probably more than anyone that's kind of out there in the starting 5 or whatever it is. And yeah, we've really needed them every moment at training. So I think, it's kind of harping on, like, next year we don't really know, like, what's going on. So, like, for this group, like, we're trying to focus on what we can control, I guess, in these moments.
I'm sure, it goes without saying you'd rather not be in the position, but do you enjoy the challenge in a way of trying to sort of bring the group along as the captain of the club in that situation?
Yeah, I think it's definitely difficult, definitely challenging, but at the same time, like, I've experienced highs and lows in this league, and this is just another one that I can throw to the bow. But it's really interesting, it's fun. I like to see how guys respond after a loss like this. When we go to training, we can't necessarily compete, but what's our attitude and to all the drills and stuff we do when it's 5-on-0? Are we going at game pace? Are we just there to go through the motions and play 6 games and move on to our next job, or are we there to try and build something in the city of Brisbane?
D-Mac, just with Tyrell, is he looking like getting back in time for Illawarra?
We hope so. The plan was to try to get him back for this game, but I think he had some tests that he went through. He just couldn't get through them, and yeah, hopefully we can get him back. Hopefully we get him back by Monday.
And just one more, Mitch, is it frustrating that you can't train? And what do you make of that? Is that like something that you're disappointed with?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think in these moments, there's different ways to learn. Whether that's video, film, with D-Mac and Bandy and Pat. I just say it's something different. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think the most important thing at games to come out with the right, I guess, health for the group. But it's just a different way of learning, I guess.
All good. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.